You know the sound, the sudden shatter of glass, the screaming, the absolute chaos. It's that exact moment your stress levels spike and you feel pushed right to the edge of an explosion yourself. Social media tells us we should feel blissful and deeply fulfilled by every waking moment of raising children, but the reality is often louder, messier, and much more exhausting. It is common to love your kids while actively disliking the intense stress of parenting them. When that stress hits, our instinct is to make it stop, so we yell at our kids to calm down. But think about what's happening there. We, the adults with fully developed brains, are demanding that a child change their behavior to regulate our own nervous system. Navy SEALs rely on a physiological intervention to bypass this panic response and force the heart rate down. When a SEAL is in a high-stress combat situation, they use a sequence called tactical breathing to regain control over their own biology. Adopting this sequence takes you out of the passenger seat. Instead of being a reactive victim to a toddler's meltdown, you regain the capacity to be a stabilizing anchor in the middle of their storm. Step 1 is recognizing the trigger moment. It's that split second when a toy is thrown or a sibling is pushed, and you feel the physical urge to lash out. Right there, you have to force a mental pivot. You must accept that you cannot control the child's actions. Your locus of control includes only your own words and your own behaviors. Children are often not great at doing what we tell them to do, but they are wonderful imitators. They are attuned to your behaviors. If you bark harsh orders to fix a problem, they will learn to use harsh orders to fix theirs. Human emotions are highly contagious. A child's panic naturally grates on your nervous system, and your anger feeds right back into their panic. Because you hold the power in the relationship, regulating yourself has to happen before you can ever regulate them. Close your mouth and inhale strictly through your nostrils for a slow, deliberate count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Immediately transition into a steady exhale, again through the nostrils, matching that same 4 count. One breath won't clear the adrenaline. Repeat this continuous cycle 4 to 6 times to actively downregulate your nervous system. If a 4 count makes you feel short of breath, scale it to 3. If it feels too easy, push it to 5 or 6. The goal is steady control, not strain. Like any physical skill, you cannot learn this while under fire. Practice this loop in a quiet room when you are already calm, so the neural pathway is ready when the chaos hits. As the text specifies, you breathe in through the nostrils for a count of 4, breathe out for a count of 4, and repeat the process 4 to 6 times. Standardizing this protocol intercepts your body's automatic stress response. It buys you the critical seconds needed to formulate a thoughtful response, rather than lashing out. Once your own heart rate is under control, you enter the transfer phase. You take that internal calm and externally model it for your child. A concrete way to do this is with a pinwheel, which provides a physical way to visualize the breath. By holding a pinwheel and demonstrating a long, slow exhale to make it spin, you create a visual anchor. Kids are naturally drawn to the motion, which often prompts them to instinctively mimic your breathing pattern. The critical rule here is that you must not order the child to participate. Your only job is to physically demonstrate the regulated state through your own actions. Physically showing a child how to breathe through frustration is more effective at de-escalating a tantrum than shouting a command at them. You now have an actionable physiological tool to successfully downregulate your own nervous system under intense pressure. But the goal of learning this is not to become a perfectly calm machine. You are still going to make mistakes, lose your patience, and inevitably yell again. This reality shifts the focus to what psychoanalyst Donald Winnicott called the good enough parent. He argued that the parent who strives for perfection actually misses an opportunity to build their child's resilience. As Winnicott observed, children actually benefit when their caretakers fail them in tolerable ways, like being a bit grumpy or not hearing a request immediately. These small disappointments prepare children for a world that will not always meet their every need. Here is your final challenge. Place a physical pinwheel in a high-traffic area of your home. Let it serve as a visual trigger, reminding you to pause and find your breath. Parenting becomes truly sustainable through the continuous, courageous practice of hitting pause, finding presence, and simply starting again.